Onto another torch video. I have the G15 version 2, which was sent in via Klarus. I haven't used the original version of this, but I will go through a few differences which I can see later on. Top output on the version 2 is 4200 lumens. I'll just show you the items that you get included in the pack. There is the user manual and there's a leaflet there showing you some other models. This comes in a fairly decent quality bag. All of your extras are neatly tucked away on the inside of that. We have a Type-C to Type-C charging cable. Here's the battery adapter for 18650 cells or the 16340s. It will take both. There is a spare O-ring and we get a couple of other adapters to convert that Type-C into a Type-A. And you can also attach the lightning connector if you have an iPhone, iPad or something like that you want to use as a power bank, because you can use the torch as a power bank for things like phones and other devices, and it gives you a pretty reasonable output up to 1.5 amps. We also have a Klarus branded wrist strap. Never really sure if people prefer a bag or a dedicated holster, so maybe let me know in the comments section on that what your personal preference is. Either way, at least they have supplied you with something. Got some information on screen for you with the size. It's about average for a compact 21700 EDC type torch. They don't seem to vary too much in terms of the size. Side switch is slightly recessed and you do have the LED light in the middle. Feels like a silicone material on that, and the same for the rear cover for the Type-C charging port. There is a flat bezel on this with a moderate texturing. Quite shallow, so I'm expecting a pretty wide beam, and they did update the LED to the 70.2 from the original version. Nothing to see on the underside, that is just a CE marking. There is no magnet on the tail cap or base cap with this model. It is smooth, there's no knurling on that at all, which is a bit unusual, but then how often are you going to be taking the battery out? Quite a chunky spring on the bottom, and I'll just take the battery out now. Klarus rewrap of the 21700 5000 mAh. There is no Type-C port on this. We have the charging port on the torch itself. Medium thickness with the aluminium. And we have another spring at the top, which also means that we can use the unprotected cells. Straight away just put those in. Don't need any spacers. So that is definitely a positive in my books. When you turn the torch on, you have a 4-stage battery level indicator, which starts off green, then it goes down to amber, red, and then flashing red when the battery is critical. Onto the user interface now. Very simple, single press on and off with a memory for the last level. When you have the torch on, all you need to do is just push and hold the side switch to cycle through the 3 power levels, the low, medium, and high. If you want to get to the moonlight when you're turning it on, just long press on the side switch. Onto turbo, that's a double press whether it's on or off, and then a single press will take you back to your last setting, whether that was a power level or off. Triple press will take you onto the strobe modes, and you have the triple press again to cycle through the 3 different patterns that they have. And finally we have a lockout for the side switch. Push and hold for 5 seconds and you'll see it flash. All you need to do to unlock that is a triple press, and then you'll be able to use it again normally. So hard to complain on that UI, it's pretty straightforward and very easy to remember. Kelvins came in at 6600 for the cool white emitter. Charging information's on screen for you, it's just under 2 amps, so pretty speedy, in line with many of the other makers out there. Here's the user manual. Do note the different power output for the 18650 battery. That's also listed there. Onto the beam shots now. We'll start off with the normal unicorn, which is around about 850 lumens. Quite a warm emitter on that torch. Here's the high level on the Klarus, which is 2000 lumens. You can see it's pretty spread out beam on this particular torch. And then we'll go up to the turbo, 4200 lumens. It does drop the power level down fairly quickly though. And here's a shot with the Skill Hunt EC300 cool white. You can see even at 2600 lumens there isn't a huge difference between that and 4200. TH10R, I have a video coming on that soon, and that's 2000 lumens. Bit more focus though in the middle. Both the Klarus and the Skill Hunt are quite floody torches really, which is probably what most people want for an EDC carry. We'll do a few more shots now, so do have a look through those and my usual summary at the end of the video. Few thoughts on the Klarus G15 V2. Quite an interesting little torch. This isn't a big update over the original version. There's a slight increase in power output, and they've gone from a micro USB to the Type-C charging port. Couple of obvious points to mention. I would have liked a slightly lower moonlight mode. As expected, the turbo does drop quite quickly. Quite a few things to like though. You've got that power bank function. You can also use the 18650 and the 16340 batteries. Nice and simple user interface and a pretty nice finish as you would expect from Klarus. Next video up, I'll be looking at the Skill Hunt, so do stick around for that. Got any thoughts or comments? Do drop them down below. Be interested to hear those, as I always am, and thanks for watching.